Welcome to the Sixth Man. I know we haven't been on your TV sets for quite some time, but hey, we're back. And in perfect timing, in perfect fashion. Not only am I here, as you see, I am Green Bay appareled out. As you can see, I have the Aaron Rodgers jersey on. I want you to see that. And I have my good friend, Matt Mahoney, Chris Waller, whatever you guys want to call him, does wrestling. He'll do sports with us. He'll be here and there. But let me start it off with this with the Redskins fans. You like that! You like that! You like that! Whew! I've been waiting to get that out since, like, woo, you don't understand. I've been waiting to get that out since last night. I actually, look, to watch the game last night, let me tell you where I went. So, all I've been hearing all over ESPN, all over from everybody, every Redskins fan, my cousin, certain friends, people in this area, because you know you got a big following with the Redskins in this area. Definitely. Either it's the Redskins, the Dallas Cowboys, or the Steelers. But, you know, Cowboys didn't make it. We beat them this year, too. Yep. But with that being said, so many people called my phone. So many people hit up my Snapchat. So many people hit up and had the audacity to write on my Facebook wall as well. Now, I had some guests. I was going to put some guests on the show that was Redskins fans. I was going to give y'all the ability to defend yourself because Brandon also, who won't be here this evening, hopefully he gets better, he's a super Redskins fan. But even he didn't believe or have the audacity. The audacity. The outright gall. Yeah, gall, yeah. Gall. Yeah. To say anything about the Packers actually losing to the Redskins. No hell to the Redskins, no none of that. But I've had so many, and I got to name a few because I told him I'd put them on blast. I'm going to make you famous, at least Martinsville famous. So with that being said, Chris Young, Mancino Craighead, Tommy Aquino, Gloria Johnson, Wes Brown, Tommy Turner, Hunter Hyatt, and every other Redskins fan that I know. And I'm sorry if I didn't name your names, but these are just the people that came at me. And with that being said, you guys had an 11-0 lead. You hear me? Yeah, that's amazing. An 11-0 lead in the first quarter. Y'all, I'm telling you, we look terrible. Like we looked the first 10 games. And normally I don't get a chance to talk Green Bay on this show because this is a local show. Oh, obviously. It's Washington Redskins, you know, affiliate basically. You know, we're affiliated with them. But I'm gonna I got a chance today. Yes, you do. I got a chance today. You got that. And thank God I got it. I feel like saying amen. You should go ahead. Amen. Because Aaron Rodgers, thanks to Eddie Lacy, Randall Cobb, and Devontae Adams, who got hurt, may he be okay for the next game. Yes. But they came through in such clutch fashion, looking like the old Green Bay Packers that they were. Ended up getting the 35-18 win, thanks to Aaron Rodgers, seeing that it was 12 men on the field, noticing this, getting a free play, starting the momentum moving, and then everything just fell into place and the wheels started turning. And at the end of the day, Packers going to be the Packers, and the Redskins gonna be the Redskins. That's true. My daddy's loved the Redskins his entire life. His entire life. And my brother's a big Dallas Cowboy fan. So you can see how that would clash in the family. And growing up, I like the Redskins. How do y'all eat at Thanksgiving? Oh, it's bad. It's not good. It's really not good because he's over here yelling and screaming. And the only thing that's gonna really big happen for the Dallas Cowboys in that arena this year, WrestleMania 32 is coming to that arena. So that's going to be the biggest thing that happens in the Dallas Cowboy arena. Sure won't be any football played in that arena. Exactly. So the biggest thing that will happen in Dallas Cowboy arena, BB&T arena, is WrestleMania 32. Shameless plug there, but I understand it because it's wrestling. Exactly. I understand it. Hey, I was just pointing out. Hey, he had to. But it's the only thing that's going to happen in Dallas Cowboy arena. We beat them too. If you watched the last Cowboy game, Vince McMahon was actually in the press box with the owner. So that shows you, you know. Also, something I need to bring to light to the Redskins fans, I don't even know why I entertained you guys, to be honest with you, because you were going to lose anyway. I don't even know why I even entertained it. But looking at your record here, how you played over the season, you guys didn't even beat a team over 500 for the entire year. So with your Captain Kirk analysis and how you guys think he's the second coming of Joe Montana because he was clutch in late games this year, notice that he was clutch against teams not even above 500. Best team you beat all year was the Buffalo Bills. Wow. Yeah. When was the last time the Buffalo Bills went to the Super Bowl? When Jim Kelly was playing. And that's the last time they went. Yeah. Jim Kelly. And right now, Tyrod Taylor is your quarterback. Is he a passing threat? No. Dual threat? Yes, but that's about it. So, you know, with that being said, I think I can go ahead and end the first segment. Yeah. I've given you Redskins fans enough turmoil. This will be placed on YouTube as well, so it's not going to stop. And that's how we're going to keep going. So, Brandon Burnett, man, hey, man, you have a great rest of the week.
Yes, enjoy that.
Enjoy that. Take that loss, sit on that NFC East couch. I mean, that NFC least couch. That's how it's going to be. Next.
Before we get off the NFL, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl? I heard the Packers.
Honestly, it won't be my Green Bay Packers because I'm a realist.
Yeah.
You know, if we don't win the offensive line of scrimmage against the Arizona Cardinals, we definitely won't do anything. I think we'll probably lose to the Arizona Cardinals in the next round.
What about the Panthers?
The Panthers,
right?
they're 15-1.
Oh, they lost
one. It's better to lose one during the season. Yeah. I don't know, and I'm going to talk about that last segment, so thank you for tuning. We're going to talk about that last segment, Carolina Panthers, Seahawks coming up since it's local. But we'll be right back after a few messages from the Sixth Man.
At Memorial Hospital of Martinsville in Henry County, we understand the power of home, knowing that Memorial Hospital brings the latest technology and the best medical professionals together for you, our families, friends, and neighbors. Right here in Martinsville, it's sometimes the best medicine. When you need cardiac care, time is critical. Our expert cardiologists are just moments away, meaning better outcomes for you and your heart. The best in care, the closeness of family and friends. That's the power of home.
Casting Logos provides customers with an opportunity to brand themselves by casting their logo or message onto almost any product. Get custom embroidery on shirts, jackets, hats, bags, and more. Have your tees or uniforms professionally screen printed. Make trophies or plaques for those you want to recognize. Get banners, signs, vehicle wraps, or full wraps and advertise in a big way. Contact us for professional services you can count on. Casting Logos, 2845 Virginia Avenue, 647 Logo.
Beat the heat. Get your air conditioning checked for free from the professional staff at Quick Lube. Stay nice and cool for your commute to and from work or on your family vacation. Remember, we're more than just an oil change. We do complete engine and computer diagnostics, tire rotations, tires, engine repair, and many other services are available. Like us on Facebook and visit our website, quicklubeva.com, and serving you at 2 locations, Martinsville, 638-3300, or Ridgeway, 956-5400.
Your local news is brought to you in part by eBay Enterprise. Martinsville Family Dentistry. We're not your typical dentist office. With over 100 combined years of experience and 3 dentists to choose from at our facility, we can make most appointments same day. No more waiting list. No more inconvenient appointment times. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff would love to meet you. So what are you waiting for? New patients are welcome. So call Martinsville Family Dentistry at 632-6219.
Breaks over, as I was just informed. We were talking about the Piedmont District as we were off the air, and that's something that we're definitely going to get into with Chris Waller here. He's the camera work. He'll also be doing some play-by-play this year for me, and he'll also be doing some color commentary as well. Him and Brandon Burnett will be taking over the district. I am a coach for Bassett, so it's kind of hard for me to do certain things. I don't want you guys to think I'm biased because at the end of the day, Bassett still hasn't won a game this season, and I'm not biased. I think they are the least team on the totem pole in the Piedmont District at this point. Do I think they've been competitive in most of their games up until Martinsville and GW? Yes, I have, in Halifax, but at the end of the day, I still tell the truth. I'm not biased at all. So with that being said, my first question I pose to Chris Waller is this. Will Martinsville win the Piedmont District this year? Halifax won it last year. And ultimately, will they repeat and win state in 2A this year again?
It's a possibility. I know the last game we actually filmed on Martinsville, they played really, really well.
Yeah.
I mean, at the first couple quarters, they were a little iffy, and Bassett was scoring, and they were working good on, I guess you would say, defense, right?
Yeah.
But it seemed come the third and fourth quarter, they just really pushed it in, man. Like they were just Especially that one kid with the threes on the end.
Oh, you're talking about Jay Dandridge, or you're talking about Xanthus Harrison. Both of them were knocking down trays like it was the Golden State Warriors.
Yeah, it was bad. Every time they get in that sweet spot in the corner, it was just nothing but net.
Nothing but net, man.
So
Aaron Martin, too, somebody they should look out for,
Aaron
too.
Martin, and if any other team could actually counteract those guys or figure out a game plan to actually not eliminate them,
You didn't even see Devontae Holland play yet.
No, I haven't. He was benched.
6'6", he was benched. He was hurt with a quad injury. They think it was a Charlie horse. Sure, he played last week against Halifax.
Yeah, of course.
But they think he was hurt with the Charlie horse.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, I thought the Halifax and Martinsville game would be close, just because they have similar styles. Halifax is very disciplined. Now, Halifax lost 2 top guards last year, but they had a great returning team. Now, I'm not sure that the big man in the middle is back. He's 6'8", and he's doing very well as well, but I'm not sure he's back. But I'm pretty sure Devontae Holland was back, and Martinsville ended up winning by 30 last week.
That is awesome. And the Halifax game against Bassett, I mean, Halifax absolutely, like I said, coming into 3 and 4, they just went to a whole different ball game and just took it out. I mean, it was a high different score, you know?
Well, the top teams in the district, as always, and I think Martinsville will ultimately win the Piedmont District. Whoever they play, I think they will run through it single-handedly. The only game that I think that will be close between Martinsville this year is Martinsville and GW Danville. We will have that game, and we will have both. I think they play next week for the first time, and after that they'll play in February. Last one, we'll have both of those games. Of course, we called it a.k.a. the Malice in the Palace or the Malice in the Bulldog House. They got the fighting last year. They got in a big rumble. A lot of things were handed out. A lot of charges. So
stuff like that.
Exactly. So it was like a free for all. It was like wrestling. You could have done the commentary on that. The whole game, you could have taken over right there and started doing the commentary. But the whole thing about that game was it's a heated rivalry. Things were said over Twitter. Expect it to be just as heated. I think GW is just as good as they were last year. They don't have Tamario Rogers anymore this year, and he was a great point guard. That could be a factor. Martinsville is just as deep as they were with Aaron Martin, Xanthus Harrison, Jay Dandridge, Devontae Holland, and Curtis Bradley again. I'm telling you, they are just as deep. And Jordan Turner coming off the bench as well. They are just as deep as they have ever been. And I think not only will they win the Piedmont District this year, Halifax won it last year, keep in mind, but I think they'll repeat in 2A. Because they handled Glenver. They lost to Radford, but Devontae Holland got hurt. And I'm sure they'll come in contact and win those games again.
But they won state last year.
They won state last year with basically the same team. They only lost Curtis Martin.
And the coach, he seemed when we interviewed him, he seemed very, very content, very, very proud of his progress. Like he told you, it's a different year, so it's a different team. So he approached his whole strategy as in, we've never done this before, let's start all over. And I think that's the great strategy to do with any coach.
Well, it's like last year around this time, they were about 4-3 within the Piedmont District or something like that. Now they're about 7-1. I mean, they're undefeated in the Piedmont District, 7-1 overall. So you got to take that into consideration as well. And that just kind of brings me to, you go from one team that's winning here and is going to try to repeat and get a state championship. Then you have another team in Magna Vista just won a state championship in football, but can they bring that success to the basketball court with some of the same players? Now, Trey Red, who has now gone to Wake Forest to play football, will not be playing basketball this year, but Shalon McGuire, Devin Johnston, Malik Morris, and Jock Harrison, and a couple of those guys, Austin Perkins, will be asked to play basketball this year like they were last year and asked to compete on the basketball court and bring that winning flavor to the court.
I tell you what, if Jock is as impressive in the basketball court as he was on the football field, I don't think they can be stopped. I mean, there's never been a kid in any district as fast as him besides Jones. Yeah,
you're right. You're right.
Navy Jones.
But with that being said, they are not as impressive on the basketball court as they are. They're not as impressive on the hardwood as they are on the field. Now, the one difference, Shalon McGuire, he can get 20 on any night. When his shot is falling, when he's getting to the rack, and that physical nature that they impose, they can do certain things on that court. But this is the thing I've always said. Basketball players can play football. but football players can't play basketball.
I agree.
It's like a certain skill set with that. What I mean is football players can play defense. They can be tough, but they don't have the skill set, and nor sometimes they are not in shape because it's a different shape that you have to be on. Football stops and goes, whereas basketball is continuous. So with that being said, last year, they proved to me they couldn't do it on the basketball court. They run a 1-3-1 as far as defense is concerned, and they're really free-flowing. They lost Corey Kellum last year as well, their point guard position. Devin Johnston probably will be asked to run some point along with Shalom McGuire, but I just don't think they can repeat it. I think they'll be in the middle of the pack of the district because they lost to Franklin County earlier this season. I just don't think they'll beat a Martinsville, they'll beat a Halifax, or they'll beat a GW. These are basketball players.
Well, my thing is Shalom McGuire, he was the leader of the football.
Yeah, and he's still the leader of basketball.
So could he bring that same leader mentality to the basketball court and really, really motivate and push the team? Because one thing I saw in the football, those guys were so as one. Yeah. You know what I mean? So could they really bring that to the basketball court and work together? Because in basketball, teamwork is way more important than football.
Yeah, you're right. I think they could bring it together. I just think teams that have been together and have that cohesive unit like a GW, like a Halifax, like a Martinsville, they're smarter on the basketball court. They play basketball for the most part year-round. A lot of these kids love to play basketball. The Martinsville Y, especially the Martinsville kids, they've won a state championship. In my opinion, I don't care if Martinsville is 2A, 3A, 4A, 5A, maybe even 6A. They're still competing for a state championship with that man in the middle and the guards that they have around them. And people will say this, well, they play in an easy division, an easy district. They do. But guess what? You only can play who you play. Now, if they played somebody else, they've proven that they can beat Halifax, who competed for a state championship last year in 5A. Yeah. So they beat GW as well last year, who competed for a state championship in 4A. Wow. So what's that tell you? That tells you that doesn't matter where you put Martinsville, unless it's 6A, they're competing for a state championship.
Yeah, and Martinsville showed that. I mean, they even showed it the other night, you know. And the other night, the game was kind of close, like I said, in the first couple of halves. And then all of a sudden, after the halftime, they just demolished them. It was like they went back there and they regrouped and they got a new game plan. And when they came back out, it was like a whole different team.
And that was without the big man in the middle that is already committed to Radford University, Devontae Holland.
Wow. So when he gets back on the court, they'll be unstoppable.
Exactly. So with that being said, I'll jump ship to another team. We go from 2 winning programs to my alma mater and probably the most losingest program at this time, other than Franklin County. Y'all still losing too. We don't even need to talk about y'all. But even with that one being said, Bassett is definitely struggling this year now. A lot of those kids haven't practiced together for more than about 2 weeks. The loss of a point guard has happened to them as well. They had to move a point guard up from JV. He's about 5'8". His name is Wes Brown. Yeah. Will he be something to be reckoned with in the district later on?
I think so.
I think so. Yeah. But right now, is he physically capable and physically able to do certain things right now? He has the handles, he has the jumper, but I don't think he's physically able. They have a kid named Bryce Varner who's doing fairly well. He'll probably be a first district player because of his scoring ability. He's about 6'6". But I just don't think Bassett has enough. And also Tanner Whitehead as well, the transfer from Martinsville. Yep. But they have to put that cohesive unit together. I think they're going to start competing, and I actually think they get their first win of the season Wednesday against Patrick County, which is a big game for Coach Haynes because that's the team he used to coach.
Wow. Yeah. So, all the marbles are going to be out there. You know, if they're going to win or take it, they'll have to do it then. And I think if they do take that game, that's going to put Bassett – A, it's going to get their motivation up.
They need it.
And B, it's going to really put them as a content player in the district. Yeah.
They need to be contenders. They need to start moving forward. I think with Coach Haynes this year, he's going to start moving a little bit younger because as you get towards the end of the season, if you're going to lose and compete, you want to kind of get your experience on the younger side. That's what you want to do.
Yeah, you can mold them.
I mean, towards the end of the district, we'll see because everybody gets a chance to play in the district tournament. You get to play for the Piedmont District Championship, and then just about everybody makes the playoffs in conference, which is I find ridiculous, but it just depends on the seeding that they get. So with that being said, I know we won't have too much time left on the last segment, but hey, what are the Carolina Panthers going to do against the Seahawks? Stay tuned to find out.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hospital of Martinsville in Henry County, we understand the power of home, knowing that Memorial Hospital brings the latest technology and the best medical professionals together for you, our families, friends, and neighbors. Right here in Martinsville, it's sometimes the best medicine. When you need cardiac care, time is critical. Our expert cardiologists are just moments away, meaning better outcomes for you and your heart. The best in care, the closeness of family and friends. That's the power of home.
Casting Logos provides customers with an opportunity to brand themselves by casting their logo or message onto almost any product. Get custom embroidery on shirts, jackets, hats, bags, and more. Have your tees or uniforms professionally screen printed. Make trophies or plaques for those you want to recognize. Get banners, signs, vehicle wraps, or full wraps, and advertise in a big way. Contact us for professional services you can count on. Casting Logos, 2845 Virginia Avenue, 647 Logo.
Beat the heat. Get your air conditioning checked for free from the professional staff at Quick Lube. Stay nice and cool for your commute to and from work or on your family vacation. Remember, we're more than just an oil change. We do complete engine and computer diagnostics, tire rotations, tires, engine repair, and many other services are available. Like us on Facebook and visit our website, quicklubeva.com, and serving you at 2 locations, Martinsville, 638-3300, or Ridgeway, 956-5400.
Your local news is brought to you in part by eBay Enterprise. Martinsville Family Dentistry. We're not your typical dentist office. With over 100 combined years of experience and 3 dentists to choose from at our facility, we can make most appointments same day. No more waiting list. No more inconvenient appointment times. Our friendly and knowledgeable staff would love to meet you. So what are you waiting for? New patients are welcome. So call Martinsville Family Dentistry at 632-6219.
You gotta keep them separated.
Well, 6 Man is back. We only have 4 minutes remaining. So let's talk about the Carolina Panthers this season, and let's talk about, will they beat the Seahawks? They will host the Seahawks after the Seahawks beat the Minnesota Vikings very easily. I think Walsh is probably going to get fired if you watch that game because he missed the field goal.
Wow.
From about 27 yards out, if I'm not mistaken.
Wow.
Yeah, he's probably going to get fired. And it was, I think it was -3 weather that they faced under there. So, you know, Seattle gets to travel to a little bit of a warmer climate, and that's going to be a great game. Defense versus defense.
Yeah.
2 dynamic quarterbacks, up-and-coming quarterbacks, and Cam Newton, who's been having an MVP year. Both who have a wide receiving core that I say is questionable, but have played fairly well this season. So I'm very curious. I really, if I have to predict this game coming up, I'm seriously thinking that the Seahawks are going to pull off the upset. I'm seriously thinking that because the Seahawks have, listen to me now, hold on. Or you, hold on. Now, the Carolina Panthers have been a great team all season, and yes, they beat the Seahawks earlier this season.
Yes,
but that was earlier this season. That was without Cam Chancellor. That was when Russell Wilson wasn't performing. He didn't perform against the Vikings, but Marshawn Lynch will also be back for this game. And Russell Wilson has been one of the best quarterbacks, if not the second best quarterback for the second half of the season. And with finding Lockett and a lot of his wide receivers and Jimmy Graham and doing those things, I think they'll keep this game fairly close, which is something that the Carolina Panthers do not want.
No.
Cam Newton has been impressive. I don't know. I think Jonathan Stewart is possibly going to play this game. He was out at the end of the season.
Yeah.
They have a very dynamic running attack. But I still don't trust Cam Newton's receivers in the playoffs at this time. And I trust the Seattle Seahawks because they've been there before. They know exactly what to do in this situation, and they know how to perform.
I agree with that. And one question I have to you, though, who's going to the Super Bowl?
If you want to go that route, who's going to the Super Bowl, I'm going to have to say, and if I have to make an early prediction pick right here, I'm thinking that it's going to be It's going to be Seahawks versus Arizona, of course. That's what I'm going with. That's what my gut feeling is telling me. But I think the Seahawks make it back. I think the Seahawks are very impressive. I think they know exactly what to do. I think they make it back because it's playoff time.
So you don't think the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl?
I do not think the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl.
That's a bold prediction.
That's a bold prediction right there. Everybody's saying the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. I'm probably going to be the one that says they don't. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. It is what it is, but my analysis is sound on it. So with that being said, I don't think the Panthers are going to the Super Bowl. I think the Seahawks are. And with that also being said, my dark horse team is the Steelers going to the Super Bowl this year.
That's possible.
And that's a very possibility given that Antonio Brown is able to play next game against the Denver Broncos, because I question that offense run by Peyton Manning. He is not the same Peyton Manning. Will we see a different Peyton Manning? Only if that offensive line can block for him. We'll see a different Peyton Manning. Also, the Patriots, they don't have home field advantage. They've run into a slew and string of injuries, so I don't know if they'll do anything as well. Kansas City Chiefs looking good. So out of the AFC, I'm just going to go random, and I'll say the Pittsburgh Steelers will make it.
Wow.
I'm going to go dark horse. I'm going to go Seahawks, Steelers in the Super Bowl. But that's given that Antonio Brown is not hurt. If Antonio Brown can play with that concussion that he just had, and Ben Roethlisberger's shoulder is not too overwhelmed at this point, I'm going to say that they can make it, because I'm thinking Seahawks and I'm thinking Steelers. If not, Broncos, Steelers.
Well, look at that. No Panthers at all. So
no Panthers at all.
He's being very bold.
I'm very bold. Yeah, I mean, listen, season that they played in, I mean, to me, they had a great season. They beat my Green Bay Packers. It was it really wasn't as convincing in the end, because Green Bay Packers actually came back on them and lost by a touchdown the last play. They beat the Seahawks, not as convincing to me. Everybody else that they beat, the NFC, the NFC South, the Atlanta Falcons, they faltered towards the end of the season. They really didn't play a tough schedule, in my opinion. So I think that's going to come back to bite them here in the playoffs. Cam Newton playing out of his mind, yes. But you know, that running game has to show up. I think they will. That defense will definitely show up. But so will the Seattle Seahawks. That defense always shows up.
Well, there you go then. There's your prediction.
Yeah. And so with that being said, man, we thank Chris Waller for joining us on the show once again. Hopefully he can continue to join us, me and Brandon Burnett. It's the first show of the new year for the Sixth Man. You're going to want to check YouTube, because I'm going to have everything on YouTube from here on out. If I got to put it up myself, hopefully my producer in there can help me out with that. I'm hoping. I know Doug can. He's the man with that. And plus I just gave his Steelers a plug. I just said his Steelers probably going to make it to the Super Bowl. He got to help me now. With that being said, but listen, we're going to have most of the basketball games this season. Tomorrow, hopefully, we'll either have Tunstall Martinsville or Magna Vista Franklin County. Don't know which is which. Stay tuned to the BTW21 Facebook page. With that being said, love and God bless. And Redskins fans, you like that! You like that! Yeah!
You gotta keep them separated.
Memorial Hospital of Martinsville in Henry County, we understand the power of home. Knowing that Memorial Hospital brings the latest technology and the best medical professionals together for you, our families, friends, and neighbors, right here in Martinsville, is sometimes the best medicine. When you need cardiac care, time is critical. Our expert cardiologists are just moments away, meaning better outcomes for you and your heart. The best in care, the closeness of family and friends. That's the power of home.